welcome back to another movie review, and today we're actually reviewing a Netflix movie. This is Mother of the Bride. New Netflix film starring Miranda Cosgrove, basically iCarly or Megan from Drake and Josh, and she is playing Emma, who is the bride in this movie, and her mum is played by Brooke Shields, who is Dr. Lana Winslow. Now, I did not recognise her at all in this film. Couldn't tell you at all who she is, who she was, who she's been in, Brooke Shields, but apparently she's been in nearly 100 movies. I've never heard of her, never seen her, but she is the main person in this film. We get Benjamin Bratt in there as well, who's playing Will Jackson, Sean Teale, who's playing RJ Jackson, and Rachel Harris, as well as Chad Michael Murray, who are playing Janice and Lucas. So that's the cast, that's the main people in the movie. What is this film about? Well, it's basically about, you know, Emma is getting married, Miranda Cosgrove is getting married, and she doesn't tell her mum that she's getting married. She doesn't know much about the, you know, life in general. She hasn't told her like what's going on. She's actually studying and being a student and all of that, and she's trying to try and take on all this information. But obviously when she's away, she's from America, she's in London, she meets this boy, she meets Sean Teale's character, RJ Jackson, and they hit it off, and he asks her to marry her, and that's it, you know. But the mum has never met him. So yeah. Anyway, turns out the mum, Brooke Shields, has passed with his father, aka Benjamin Bratt's character, Will Jackson. They had some history when they were teenagers. So it's very weird in that sense, in terms of like, imagine marrying someone, but then like your mum or your dad had a teenage fling with your girlfriend or boyfriend's parents. That's very strange. And even towards the end of this film, and like actually in the film, they were actually encouraging the relationship. Like, I don't know if there was something I missed there, but I was thinking, this is totally wrong. You guys are now, that is just like mother-in-law, father-in-law. This is not normal. And yeah, it went down a terrible, I would say, rom-com, you know, point of view. But it did. You know, the director for this film, believe it or not, is actually Mark Waters. Now, Mark Waters is not a name you guys may not know, but when I looked into it, he is the director of two of the probably biggest movies that are seen as like really much successes from the 90s, Freaky Friday and Mean Girls, the original one now. Like, those two films are like really, really well thought of, if you know what I mean. Even done Bad Santa 2, which Bad Santa's a great film. So yeah, he really did hit the heights there in terms of some things he's done, and this was a massive drop off, a horrendous film. Some of the actual acting in this film was actual god awful. Color grading, it looks exactly like the poster and probably like the thumbnail of this video. Very oversaturated. The entire film was like an orange fest. It was like an advert for blinking Sant Tropicana or whatever that fake tan company is. It was literally so orange and so tangy, and just, you know, it was to be expected. This is your typical Netflix film, and this is why Netflix exists, in my opinion, is to give us these films. If you go to the cinema and you see a film like this, you are not pleased after spending 10, 20, 15 quid or whatever you pay to get in your cinema. You're not happy, because this film is the epiphany of that. It is the ones that you find at the £3 bins. This is not a good film, and it never was going to be a good one going into it. Initially though, I didn't mind the beginning of it. I didn't mind the concept of like the long distance relationship, the mum getting on board, she's taking work too seriously, all of that. I didn't actually mind all that, but it went just way off tangent, I said, with some plot decisions that just didn't make sense for me personally, and just life in general. And as I say, the film for me has been negatively reviewed anyways. But rating the movie, I rated it a 1.5 star, one of my absolute worst films of the month, let alone the entire year. I've got to say, May hasn't been a great month in terms of my movies, if you've watched all my reviews. But for me, 1.5 star obviously does solidify it to be one of the worst Netflix streaming movies of the year so far. Of course, if you want to see all my rankings and stuff, go over to my Letterboxd account. But there it is. There is my review of Mother of the Bride. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Do not give it a watch. I would not recommend. But there it is. There is the review today. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more reviews and movie stuff coming soon. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.